Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Just ahead of UFC 275, we're seeing reports that Conor McGregor's return to action has been postponed. There has been a lot of speculation regarding who might face McGregor when he returns to the cage, and multiple sources claim that the UFC is attempting to make the trilogy between Nate Diaz and Conor happen. Conor hasn't fought since his brutal leg injury in July, losing a previous trilogy fight with Dustin Poirier. We do know that Nate Diaz is on the final fight of his contract and in dire need of a bout, and it does appear that the UFC is attempting to pair the two together. However, according to Ariel Helwani, those plans may have come to a halt because Conor isn't quite 100% yet.
Last I heard, by the way, Conor could come back February, March or so. It doesn't look like he's coming back in 2022. So now here you have a guy who hasn't fought since June of last year. He's going to wait a year and a half for a dude that obviously he knows he'll make money fighting him. But does he really want to sit around in the prime of his life when he's as popular as can be for this fight? And who knows?
Neither Dana or the UFC has made a comment on a return fight for Conor, and Dana stated he won't even begin to until Conor is ready to go. Who would you like to see him face in his return fight? Leave a comment down below. On the most recent episode of #Friday, Dana White tries the hot Cheeto salad. Let's take a look.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday here at UFC headquarters, and today we're trying the hot Cheeto salad. Start with a bag of hot Cheetos, add chopped cilantro, diced cucumbers, a dash of Tapatio, and a lot of lime juice. All right, here we go. You gotta dig for the good stuff, but a lot of Cheetos on top. Awesome. I love it. Winner.
Jorge Masvidal was recently on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, and he made a comment about the UFC not really caring what the fighters think. Ariel asked what the dynamic was between the UFC and the fighters, and if there's an open door policy when it comes to any issues that need to be addressed.
Our opinions don't matter for crap, like for the uniforms, like for a lot of the pay, a lot of the things, our voices don't matter. All that matters is that we get in there and kick somebody's ass, and that's all they care for. So it comes down to like fighters. We're the only breed like ourselves are the fighters, and many good things and many, also bad things. Fighters are very individual guys. If we were all able to get together and voice our opinion as one, these paychecks you would see just rise from me all the way to the bottom guy. Paychecks might be a little bit different, but fighters are very individual creatures, We're all pounding our chest saying, I could do it on my own.
Masvidal very sternly said that the opinions of fighters don't really hold a lot of weight when it comes to UFC executives, and they pretty much do what they want. You can see the full interview on Ariel Helwani's podcast over at the MMA Hour. Daniel Cormier says he isn't bothered by criticism from MMA fans anymore. Joe Rogan gave him some much-needed perspective in times where he really let it get to him when fans would talk about his commentating being biased. The double champ has received criticism over the years for his opinions during fights, and Joe Rogan has actually experienced the same as well. Rogan told DC that it would actually make him hold back from saying certain things, and how stressful it was to call fights while thinking about his bias of certain fighters. In Cormier's interview with MMA Junkie, he talks about how Joe Rogan really helped him in letting those comments go, getting in the right mindset, and to pretty much laugh it off.
Rogan told me. I was like kind of on some, the fans, this. And then Rogan said it on air. He goes, we better be careful with our biased commentary. And he's like, he just doesn't care. He's like, these people, he just does not care. Because the reality is, it does not matter. You're put in a position to do a job that is very, very difficult, and very few people in the world can do it.
Daniel Cormier will be commentating at UFC 275 this weekend, with the main event featuring Glover Teixeira defending his light heavyweight belt against Yuri Prochazka. The card also features Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Zhang Weili too, and Valentina Shevchenko defends the women's flyweight title against Taila Santos. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and brother Tony give their UFC 275 prediction for Glover vs. Yuri this weekend. Wonderboy discusses what each fighter needs to do to get the win and what he sees as their weaknesses. Don't forget to head over to Thompson's channel for the full interview and make sure to subscribe.
Glover Teixeira, I think, haven't faced off against, well, he has, but he lost. Somebody as good as, what's his name again?
Prohaska.
As Prohaska. I always forget. Prohaska, but he has fought somebody similar in Alexander Gustafsson.
At least body type wise.
Yeah,
right?
long, lanky, but he's got strong power. And they both throw similar strikes, like the uppercut, right? Yuri Prohaska loves the uppercut. He loves the flying knee. He is unorthodox. He switches sides. He's got a pace like no other. But he's notorious for getting taken down. You know, he gets back up to his feet, yeah, but he's notorious for getting taken down. With somebody has experienced and as heavy as Glover, if he gets you down, you're gonna have a very hard time getting back up, or you're gonna be exhausted when you do get back up. You know, and that's another thing. Glover Teixeira has really clean boxing and good power in his hands. He's not as long as Prohaska, but he's very clean and he can catch you. Prohaska is known to keep his hands down, throw some stuff from, you know, wild angles and things like that. And he's been touched a few times, knocked down, and before he was in the UFC, knocked down. He's been hurt in the UFC too. He's been hurt. If Glover can find that chin, I think he could put him away. But it's finding the chin and getting close enough to do so is going to be the challenge here.
Pure chaos.
Yep.
Freaking Prohaska is relentless, chaotic, you know, spinning elbows out of nowhere, jump knees, long, lanky, literally can do anything at any moment. I think best bet, Teixeira.
Yeah.
Gets him down quick and just controls him on the ground.
Gonna have to.
Which he could.
Gonna have to. And I you know, I like to watch Prohaska, but I'm a big fan of Glover Teixeira in the fact that he's fought the who's who's. He's won some, he's lost some, and he's champ now at 43 years old, 42, 43 years old. 42 years old. 2 years older than me.
So WB, who are you taking for that
3 years,
fight?
pretty much. I'm gonna go with Glover. It's just the fact that he's got more options, right? He's got more ways to defeat Prohaska than Prohaska has more, you know, to defeat him. He's got to stand up, yes. But, you know, if Glover can't find that chin, he's going to have to pressure, get him up against the fence, take him down. Prohaska is very strong, but so is Glover. You know, I think the power match there is pretty even. The length definitely goes to Prohaska, but the experience and the well-roundedness goes to Glover. So I've got Glover winning.
Zhang Weili had some critical words for Rose Namajunas after her last fight and loss against Carla Esparza at UFC 274. After an uneventful fight, Rose lost her title via split decision, and Weili, after dropping her last 2 fights to Rose, spoke about her performance at the UFC 275 press conference in Singapore. I feel like Rose was feeling a lot of pressure when she stepped into the octagon. Definitely she wanted to take care of her belt and didn't want to fight hard. Wanted to fight more strategically and easily against Carla. But as a champion, as an MMA fighter, you should not think about that. You should always in the fight put your everything into the octagon and fight your heart out. I don't think Rose should fight with an attitude like she did. Who do you think wins this Saturday at UFC 275? Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library as we post daily all the latest UFC and MMA news. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.